Alright, hopping into a game. About to play some Ur Dragon. Um, Always excited to see what other people are about to play. I don't think we've run into these two people previously. Um, let's find out. We got Multani, Edgar, and Kaientai. Let me tell you, I approve of one of these decks. Two of them, actually. Multani's fine. But actually, Edgar is why. Edgar is the reason people complain about the Ur Dragon's mechanic. We do have to mulligan this, as much as everything in his hand is beautiful. The land count is not. This is a beautiful hand. I understand it's all lands, but Ramos is a hero and can save us. I will be keeping the 7. Alright, that's fair. So, someone in chat has mentioned that Oloro is another toxic commander with the Ur Dragons with an Eminence ability. He just doesn't have Eminence. But, yeah. Edgar and Wizard Lady are the real problems. Oloro is like a tier 2 real problem. The Ur Dragon and the cat, like, they're just commanders who do more broken things. Sure, you can't interact with the fact that my dragons are discounted, but interact with the dragons. Get over it. Okay, this might be a fast game, ladies and gents. Given that this man went land, mana crypt, veto, make a vampire. I forgot that I had marked the end of each of my opponent's turns. I'm going to take those out, or end of their combat phases even, which is like weirder by a significant margin. I almost just put on music and just absolutely got myself DMCA'd into oblivion, which I think my fellow Hex drinkers would disapprove of. We have had some good games, so some of these might end up making it to YouTube, which would be very exciting. For right now, let's just get Breeding Pool into Soul Ring out there. And then next turn, we can play an untapped Sun Petal Grove. Might be better to get Cinderglade into Flooded Strand so that we can land. We want to land Ramos as soon as possible, is the moral of the story. Because he benefits more the earlier we get him out. More colored mana spent on spells means more counters, means the sooner we get a free Ur Dragon. Ramos is essentially like the milk punch card from your local gas station where you buy 5 half gallons, you get a half gallon free. You cast 5 spells, you get a free gigantic dragon. That is how this deck wants to use him. And then someone in chat clearly is not from upstate New York. asking asking who's buying milk at the gas station. Greg, you know you could buy milk at Wawa. I guess no one did buy milk at Wawa though, but you can. Well, you can get milk and water is the thing. I'm trying to think because at some points I definitely made cereal in college, like as my main thing, and I always went to the grocery store for milk, except one time I did go. I had to stop for gas, and I was like, oh, you know what? Let me just get milk here. I don't have to make a full grocery store trip yet. Uh, so I go in there, I grab a thing of milk, and I specifically checked the expiration date. And I was like, yeah, this is good. This is good milk. This'll be fine. I take the milk home, open it, have like my first bowl of cereal. That milk was not fine. Being a college student, I just kind of slammed that son of a gun back in the fridge. I believe my apartment mates like made tea with it, also ate cereal with it, and then after like 2 more times, I was like, nah, people aren't throwing this away, and it keeps going down. I'm putting this in the garbage and going to the grocery store. So, uh, yeah, just if you have milk and you're the first one in the house to have the milk and it's bad, throw it away. Don't be like, oh, other people will figure out that this is bad and they'll throw it away. They won't. They just won't. And then you have to live with the knowledge that you poisoned the people you live with. All right. Yeah, Edgar continues to do broken Edgar things, but that's fine. Nothing new during our upkeep. Oh, Dragon Tempest, beautiful. Ugh. I'm absolutely caught in the crossroads of Hold Sylvan Library and Dragon Tempest, because they're small, cheap spells I can drop after I drop Ramos, or play them now, because they're incredible. And I definitely don't want to go, like, up the middle. I think I want to play Cinderglade. It'll come in tapped. Next turn I can play Sunpetal Grove, it'll come in untapped, and I'll do Ramos, and I'm just going to do nothing for another turn. Yeah. Anyway, someone has asked, why put the milk back in the first place? The answer is, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it doesn't actually taste bad, and it's fine. But you got to gather more data. It's like an experiment. You can't just know the first time you have slightly weird milk that it's sour. You gotta run that back. Clearly, you have to run it back with multiple like full-size bowls of cereal, or at least that's what I did. And that was a mistake, but it's fine. It's whatever. Someone has implied that I would speak to my apartment mates. That's hilarious. I don't know those people. They're crazy. All right, to get off of the sour milk conversation. All right. So I was watching a show called I think it's like Jupiter Rising or like Jupiter Ascension. Let me look it up. Jupiter's Legacy today. And it is perhaps like the strangest amalgamation of like ideas or like comic book ideas ever. It's sort of a mix of like The Boys, and it's got like some Injustice vibes so far. It's just got a weird energy where it's jumping back and forth between these people who sort of became superheroes during the Great Depression, and then them in the modern day and their children. Like their superpowers have slowed their aging, so they're like a normal age, or they're old, but they're not like ancient. because they should be like in their 90s, but they look more like they're in their like late 60s or something. And they're like still fully superpowered, but their kids start being like, hey, we should just kill people because after like 90 years, supervillains haven't gone away by just throwing them in jail. How's my life total doing? Cool. I'm not getting attacked mostly, which is pretty cool. At least I haven't been attacked yet. Oh my god. This person has 5 life. We're so screwed. How do they have that little life? Oh, Soren. Soren set them to 10. Got it. That's bad, to be clear. Especially because he's at 1 loyalty, so he can do that to someone again next turn. You know what? I will pay mana for Collective Voyage. Because then I can... Actually... I don't think I'll... Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to dump mana in for Collective Voyage. It's basic lands? I'm sure I've got 5. So X currently is 2, it seems, they're saying? I'll make that 5 lands. Alright, 5. Yeah, going and getting 5 basic lands is going to be huge for me. I'm sure it'll also be huge for the Edgar player, but I need these lands. Anyway, so the like dad superhero is like, don't kill people, and the youngest superhero is like, all right, well, like, I'm gonna kill people if they're about to kill like you or my loved ones. It's very Injustice vibes. But the much more interesting part of the show that they're going at an incredibly slow burn for. Whoopsies, I didn't have enough lands to put that much mana in. It's fine. 4 lands will be good. It's just like how they got their superpowers. And I would much rather watch a show entirely about how they got their superpowers as opposed to like an edgy teen model or like young 20s model who's like, oh, I have superpowers. I didn't ask for this. I don't really care. But like a lot of them are like old money Wall Street people. And so seeing these like Wall Street like hyper wealthy elites go through the crash and then be one of them suffers like such severe or their dad offs himself and it's one of the like brokers who just like jumps off a building. And like this sends them into just a trauma spiral that gives them these visions that we're currently in the middle of where they're like about to go become a superhero. And it seems as though they're about to take a lot of other characters from the 20s and 30s with them on that journey, which is interesting. But then they keep cutting back to modern times and being like, this is also a family drama. And I just need them to know that they've completely missed the mark with the family drama elements. All right. Ramos. Actually, wait. Cancel. You have 1 loyalty. So 2 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool. We're actually going to do Dragon Tempest first. Because we need to kill Soren Markov. That man has to die. And then Ramos. Oh, we actually have enough to drop Sylvan Library afterwards, which is great. I've once again just taken an inordinate amount of time, and I don't really know how. But yeah, it's a wild show, and from my understanding, The Boys and Invincible are just doing what it does, but better. So go give like The Boys and Invincible a try. I would absolutely be watching Invincible instead of this, were I to have Amazon Prime. So if you do have Amazon Prime, just save yourself and go watch some of that. Um, I was trying to get the Guillaume deck online today, but heartbreakingly, I was not able to procure a copy of Guillaume himself. Was actually the barrier to entry there, strangely enough. That is going to be my turn. I'm all set there. Scourge of Velkus plus Dragon Tempest is going to be just incredibly disgusting. And I actually have Ur-Dragon mana. So I think I'm just going to cast the Ur-Dragon next turn. No attacks for right now. I'd rather wait until the Ur-Dragon comes out and do a lot more. I think I'm going to take some serious damage off Sylvan Library just to get the cards flowing. I am seeing people bop in and out of the stream, so I do think that we may actually be getting some traffic outside of the typical people who show up, which is great. If you are new here, welcome. I don't think you are, but it's fine. Wayward Swordtooth, you'll love to see it. Is this just like... Oh no, Wayward Swordtooth is not one of the symmetric effects where everyone gets to play more lands. Just that guy. I still don't know why the Edgar Markov player has decided that the person who needs to die is the group hug player, who in all likelihood doesn't have a real win condition. Uh, I don't really know. I mean, I think the Edgar Markov player is going to try to kill the Kai and Tai player. I think that's just what's about to happen here. Sad that they won the flip, but fine. Yeah, we're just passing straight through the turn. We don't have the mana to cycle Scattered Groves or anything. Because Kai and Tai, they can block 1 damage. So they're only going to take 3, theoretically, I think. Because these do not have life link. And yeah. Oh no, they do have the lifelink token. So that'll deal 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're dead. Plus, Edgar Markov, I believe, has haste for some reason. First strike haste. And whenever he attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each vampire you control. I plan to absolutely shred through this man. That's the goal. We'll see if it happens. Because his deck is terrifying. You don't need to Lightning Helix the Pilgrim. He's dead. Yeah, the group hug player is not getting the mileage they want out of playing group hug, and in fact, they're just getting murdered. Oh my god, they lived. The call out post in text chat worked and has allowed them to live another turn, it appears. That is hilarious. I don't know why they would ever do that. I let you live. Leaves them at 2 health. I don't know that that's, like, sufficiently good. Being able to drop Scattered Groves is going to be great. And I think we will drop. No, I think we're going to put down Flooded Strand, because Scattered Groves can turn into a card if we want. Actually, we're not going to play a land, is the thing. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're good on lands, so we're just going to draw a card. Because the entire turn next turn is play the Ur Dragon, spend the Ramos mana from Ur Dragon to play Scourge, use 2 of the pings to kill Edgar, and then punch the Edgar player right in his face. Yeah, so we'll do 2 damage at Edgar, 3 damage at Edgar, and 3 damage at Vito. And that should significantly even up the board states, even if it doesn't fully solve the problem. That gets rid of some big threats. Depending on how long this game runs, this might be our last game of the evening. Usually I'd like to go for 2 to 3 hours, and starting a new game at the 2-hour mark can be a mistake. Put a land card on the battlefield? No, I will not. Thank you very much. Scalelord Reckoner. Beautiful. No upkeep triggers. Always yes. Okay. So we've got enough mana to play 2 of these dragons before his turn. So I think we're actually going to put Skithrix on top and 3 visits on top. I think our life total matters a lot this game. Then we're going to play the Ur Dragon. Which will give us 5 counters on Ramos. We will do 2 damage to Edgar. And then we'll do Scourge, then Silumgar, then swing. And that's not quite game, but that's kind of game. Because we're gonna clear off the Edgar player's entire board. And Kai and Tai aren't gonna stop us. Oh my god, we don't have enough mana for Scourge of Velkus because I'm unbelievably dumb. So we'll have to put him into play with the Ur Dragon's ability, which is fine. So we just can't spend any of our white mana. We're keeping the counters moving on Ramos, which is actually great. We'll deal 3 to Vito here. Actually, I think I'm wasting this damage. We can just set it up so that I'm not, hopefully. If we come at this guy with 2 dragons, that'll clear his board and mean the damage I send it to Vito is not wasted. Which is great. And then cast this dragon. Okay. And this 4 damage we'll send... we'll just send upstairs against the... against this guy. Alrighty then. That is our entire pre-combat main phase. Not much really happened. Pretty quick, pretty easy. We'll move through that. Yep, I will lose that green mana. Totally fine. So we are going to send Ur Dragon at you, and we'll send Silumgar. No, we'll send that at you. Actually, I think I'm just gonna send one at you, but then I'm gonna try and wipe you out pretty much. We're not gonna commit to the misplay. I want to hit this guy as hard as I can. I don't know why it paused there, but not the other time. Maybe it didn't, I just didn't notice. Anyway, this dude is absolutely about to get brutalized. Like, this is so rough. And I'm sure there will be a clapback for this, but I gotta be honest. I don't know if I care. I'm gonna deal 10 damage when Scourge of Elkus hits the battlefield, which is crazy. Like, the damage this deck cranks out is just insane. Also, I just realized this man was like, I gave you 5 lands. I put 3 of the mana in for that 5 lands. I gave him 3 lands. And now I'm killing him. Because no one gets anything for free. You pay with your life out here. I just need y'all to hit the 6 button, and we'll be good. Alright. That's going to go ahead and target. That's 5 damage. I don't even know. You know what? Let's hit you for 5. And then in order to minimize the clapback, let's just get rid of this Wayward Swordtooth. Sure, I'm becoming the arch enemy, but I was already the arch enemy. Like, there's no real downside to clearing this 4/4 that was gonna hit me in the face, because it was gonna be a 5/5 and bigger than Scourge. So I'm just happy to let this happen. Oh, and look, a Boros Charm. So people are unbelievably dead next turn. Now all we need to do is draw into a something really spicy. How did that player? I guess they were gaining a lot of life. I was like, how are you not dead? Yeah, nothing doing here. Ramos is absolutely gonna pop off again next turn, given that he's one counter away. Oh, never mind. He has 6 health. Sorry, I was like, how do you get to 28 health? No, he has 6. That makes a lot more sense and is pretty rough for him, I imagine. But he put our lovely group hug player down, so is that my turn 3 or turn 4? Good God. Alright, that was my turn 4. I was going to say, if that was my turn 3, yikes. But, I mean, the group hug player just absolutely turned me on by, or turned on the deck's abilities by ramping me for 4 mana. That was insane. Oh, they have the City's Blessing. Very nice. Good for them. I'm curious what they're doing with Thespian Stage. Probably, like the mana that taps for green for each creature you control, and or the enchantment version of it, are the only things I can think of. Yeah, I just cannot come up with in mono green what you would want to be copying in terms of enchantments. Or not enchantments, lands, rather. Multani? Oh. Scalelord Reckoner was just such an incredible card to print with this. Because it just, like, it makes attacking the dragon so disincentivized. People just lose, like, if anyone hits me right now, I can clap back to, like, their mana base or their commanders or, like, their huge supporting elements like Crucible of Worlds would be rough to lose, but it's just such a good defensive card. Greg, I believe that land has blue mana somewhere on it, but I'm not 100% sure. The Merit Lage land. I'm not, yeah. The more I think about it, the less confident I am in that, so perhaps not. But yeah, man, oh man, if we happen to run into the top of our deck being, or anywhere in the top 3 cards of our deck being the Mirari's Wake, actually, we can flip into Mirari's Wake and seriously kill some people. Because the Dragon will finish someone on commander damage with double strike. Skithiryx would finish someone on with double strike. So I'm probably going to send the Dragon at Malinix, or whatever that name is supposed to be. Dark Depths is a colorless land, so I am just wrong on that. Let's see what they're going to do with their final turn on this Mortal Coil. Seems like they're tapping a fair amount of mana. They're playing Edgar again. Not what I would have recommended, but sure. Sorry, I was just spacing out thinking about the game for a second. Yeah, I don't really know how we lose from here. Yep, especially since that player just scooped, I believe. That's going to make winning a lot easier, given that now we only need to hit this other guy with Salamgar and then he dies. He's got to be packing a healthy number of Wraths, though. Nope. No, he is not. I do now have to swing him with 2 dragons, though, to get past that flying blocker. Okay, this man just wants me to win. That's what I've determined, is that he simply is here for a good time, not a long time. And I can respect that attitude of just like, hey, you know what, whatever. I don't think you think that you're coming back from this, so it's time to vibe, baby. And do I want to draw a card? I'm not going to cast any abilities or anything. I just don't need more mana, I feel like, so no. Oh, this man has also conceded. Yeah. So I'm just going to kill this guy. And I'm going to do it as quickly and as politely as possible. I should have said no. Alright. Yeah, just put on top of library, put on top of library. Can you put that on top of my library for me? I did click that, but I don't think you accepted it. Can I just, like... Okay. This is where an all attack button would be helpful. Alright. Yeah. See, this guy is cool. This guy just vibes. And I gotta respect that. I also respect that his commander is going to live through all of these dragon triggers. Oh, good God. I should have just played the dragon and killed him. This is disrespectful. This is where the Shen emote would be appropriate. I do want to draw my 5 dragons, though. Or 5 cards, but we'll see if it's a dragon. We'll just put Savage Memo on to play and kill him. Alright, I do think that will unfortunately be the end of our stream as we're coming up on 8 p.m., which is around when I wanted to stop. Are you really gonna like flash an Angel's Grace or something? Oh no, you're just tapping out. Just pass through my turn. Just let this man die. Yeah, this guy, super cool. I'll reveal my gigantic hand. And hide event. Alright. Thank you for stopping by for the stream. I had a great time with y'all. This was very fun, and I think we got some good games in. Hopefully some of these are going to make it to YouTube very soon. And I will see you in 2 Mondays and or on our podcast this week.